Hey y'all, it's me, Azalea, and you're watching my YouTube channel, WayCrunchy. I am feeling this springtime. I am feeling it so hard. Usually I suffer from seasonal depression. I always suffer from seasonal depression. So when the seasons change and we come into spring and we come into summer, it is the opposite of depression. It's like an elation, and I'm really drawing a lot of energy up from the earth, from the sun, from the plants. Having leaves on the trees again just gives me life. Speaking of giving life, so I am 37 weeks pregnant now. And I'm feeling good about it. So today I want to share with you guys my birth plan. Now, I suffered with some low blood pressure. I had morning sickness early in the pregnancy, but I've really come out of those problems, and I feel the shift in my body, that my body is now spiritually and hormonally gearing to birth, not just to be pregnant and grow the baby. I can feel the shift in my body that it is time for me to birth, and that's what mode my systems are in. And so it's elation. I'm feeling super energetic, super happy, excited. I do feel like I'm drawing in energy around me and gathering it to channel into birthing. And I'm really excited to do this. Like, I feel it. Feels right. So, met with my midwife. We're gonna talk about my birth plan today. Met with my midwife. Said go ahead and, so I feel ready to birth. And the baby is at 7.5 pounds now. And this is gonna be a Vbac, a vaginal birth after a C-section. So this, like the laws of physics, the smaller the baby, the easier it's gonna be. So I don't want a 10-pounder. I don't want a 9-pounder. So I want to get the baby out of me, and I feel ready. And the baby I feel like he's ready. I feel like he is ready. I feel in tune with this baby. I feel his spirit. I feel his personality. I feel like I feel connected with the baby. So I'm gonna miss having him as a physical part of me, us as one, but it'll be nice to have a baby out and about. But I will absolutely miss being pregnant and mourn that a little bit, and then present and share the baby with the world. So the midwife says it is fine for me to start these more homeopathic, non-medical induction methods, because I want the baby out. I feel ready to have the baby out. So stuff for that, obviously, like my deep squats, my hip opening exercises, my birth ball exercises, walking, all of that stuff to just get the baby down. He's in position, so just get his head pressing down on the cervix, thinning it out. Eating pineapple to soften the cervix. So the cervix is what dilates, thins and dilates to let the baby come out through the vagina. So eating fresh pineapple, like, to soften the cervix so it can open and thin, and doing the different exercises so the baby's head can be pushing in that direction and my body can be open, ready to fully open. Eating dates, red raspberry leaf tea. I can go ahead and get started with my red raspberry leaf tea, and evening primrose oil vaginally. So those are a few of the things I'm going to do to encourage the baby to come out. But I think especially feeling the change in my body and feeling the baby so much lower. I'm having a lot of pressure in like my pelvic bone and like the cervix vaginal area, and I feel the shift. So I'm just going to do these different measures to encourage the shift towards labor. When I go into labor, I am going to labor here at home for a long time. Definitely early labor. I kind of want to, I feel like I'll know when it's right, but we'll also do like counting contractions, and I'll let the midwives know when I'm in labor, and to the most part follow their advice. And here at home I have my birth ball. I might actually labor here on the patio some. Bring my yoga mat out, my birth ball, and chill on the patio. Maybe go on a walk during early labor, but I like it here if it's going to be good weather. I feel the vibe here on my patio. But also inside, especially if it's nighttime. In the bedroom, I feel most comfortable. My midwife told me, it was like, because we want to go, once I'm in labor, I want to go ahead and have the baby. And so she was like, if you get in a hot bath, like when you were in early labor, it could slow you down or stop labor. So she's like, if you need the water for comfort, you know, do like a shower. So I'm just gonna like keep my movement going and move towards labor. And I've been having a lot of Braxton Hicks, which is great. My body getting prepared. And so after I labor at home, I will go to the hospital. I will be with John, my partner, and John and I have been practicing hypnobirthing together. And so we do, and I've been practicing my 4-8 breathing in for a count of 4, out for a count of 8. It's like the opposite of hyperventilating. I'm going to, while I'm here at home, I'm going to eat and hydrate a ton. And then in the hospital bag, when I go to the hospital, I'm going to bring Pedialyte and Ensure. And, you know, I'm all about hippy dippy natural birth, and like Pedialyte and Ensure, not like the most hippy dippy drinks, but they do me just right. When I am sick, when I am dehydrated, when I need energy, those drinks just do me right. So Ensure and Pedialyte, and I can drink that after I get to the hospital. I can have liquids after I get to the hospital. And so with the hypnobirthing, we practiced our breathing. He can coach me with my breathing. And then the actual, like, John's voice, I mean, he's on it. And I'm really responsive to him. We're very in tune team. It's magical. So he essentially hypnotizes me, but it's like guided meditation, guided relaxation. We have a few different styles of that, where he gets me in a state of calm, relaxation, and some different massage techniques. Not hypnobirthing, but double hip presses. If I need that, we've worked on that. So I did my doula training, and then I just know I'm more comfortable with John than anyone else. And so I really never thought about hiring a doula, but I have, over the pregnancy, I have essentially been training John to be not just my partner, but like a doula. So he's got a lot of techniques that in his tool bag to help me out. And I have my birth plan all written down just to keep things on track. And like one concept in a hypnobirthing book that we read was that he is the keeper of the cave. You know, in like a primal way, in a primal state, in an animal state, I would go find a safe place to birth, and he would protect me while I went through that process. So he would be, you know, at the entrance of the cave while I'm in the cave birthing, you know? So keeper of the cave, that's been a strong idea for me. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good with the midwives I'm with. I'm feeling really good about the hospital. The hospital is baby friendly. So all the babies are supposed to do skin to skin right away, keep the babies with the mothers, with the emphasis and the assumption that you will be breastfeeding, and, you know, no pacifiers, no just like taking the baby off for no good reason, to like give them a head to toe bath and a shampoo when they really just want to be snuggling with mom. So I'm feeling good about all of that. When we get to the hospital, I'll have a birth pool. I can wear whatever I want. We have a playlist. It's basically just like meditation music. Like, I'm not trying to like sing lyrics or anything like that. So I'll get in the pool, or I'll be out of the pool, whatever I'm feeling. I am, because this is a Vbac, and because I did have that low blood pressure, and I was anemic during the middle of my pregnancy. I've got my iron levels back up now through supplements, but I am gonna accept an IV port in case of emergency, but I will not be hooked up to a drip unless there's an emergency. But just so like we're ready to go if there is an emergency, I'm gonna have it in. I can still get in the water, I can still get in the pool. It's just I think it's a good safety measure. And I am going to have monitors on my belly, but they're like Bluetooth or wireless, and so that will have the baby's heartbeat, and that's because it's a Vbac. And so if, like, when they cut into me in my past births, if that ruptures, usually the first time that has happened is going to be the baby's heartbeat is going to drop. And if I rupture, I absolutely have to go into surgery. So, and you want to know as soon as possible if that has happened. So I'm going to have the monitors on the belly, but it's not hooked up to anything. So I can walk around, I can squat, I can roll, I can get in the pool. They have birthing stools there. I think I'm gonna end up squatting when I actually like give birth. I feel like that's where I'm at. I really don't fear a C-section or a surgery. I feel like this is just going to, I have a strong feeling that this is going to be a vaginal birth. And so the baby will come out if possible. If I'm feeling up to it, I would love to pull my own baby out. Delayed cord clamping. I am going to take Pitocin after the baby's delivered because it's a cautionary thing for excessive bleeding. And with my low blood pressure and the anemia, it seems like a good call. I will have had my labor. I will have been... Pitocin makes labor crazy. They gave it to me with Tom. But I had a lot of questions, and I talked with a lot of people, and I talked with a midwife who'd had it her own self after delivery. And I feel like it's a good decision. So I'll have my labor, I'll have my delivery, I'll have my Pitocin just to make sure I do not bleed too much afterwards. I want to be with my baby afterwards, feeling as good as possible, not dealing with being in a scary medical place. So precautions make sense to me. Yeah, so we'll do skin to skin, breastfeeding, just me and John for at least the first hour, probably 2 hours. I want the baby to have skin to skin with John after the baby has like shown me that he can latch and like suckle, breastfeeding. I want the baby, I feel like John has a stronger microbiome than I do. And I want the baby to pick up John's microbiome like as much as he picks up mine. So, I mean, he can't do it as much. He's not breastfeeding with John, but I want that skin to skin with John so the baby picks up his microbiome, and it'll be great for their bonding for sure. I would like John to cut the umbilical cord. Just a nice little symbolic memory. And I'm going to save the placenta. I am not going to eat the placenta. I'm going to plant it in my patio garden and put a plant on top of it. Fred, my dog, is here in the patio garden, and so I'm just going to plant placenta here in the patio garden as well. Just a nice little magical connection to the land and the earth. And I like, you know, it would just go into like medical waste. I want the placenta that has nourished the child all this time to go back to the earth. We'll just bring a cooler with ice, and they'll put it in a bag or a bucket and give it to us. I don't have to worry about like sanitation or anything since I'm not eating it. I am not gonna do eye cream. I'm gonna deny that, but I'm gonna get vitamin K, and we do vaccinate. I did Tom on a delayed vaccination schedule because I just wasn't sure yet, and that's fine. That was fine doing delayed, but I'm gonna go ahead and just start vaccines like normal. I feel like that's where my crunchy line, this is where I lose followers, when I tell people I get vaccinations, and I give vaccinations to the children. But for me, it's just about, you gotta do what you think is best and gives your children the best chances. And look at science and research and personal experience. And so, I ain't judging you if you don't vaccinate, but a lot of people judge me for vaccinating. Yeah, if it's a vaginal delivery, I'll be in the hospital for a day or two unless something weird is going on. If it is a C-section, which I don't think it will be, but 2, 4, 5 days. They told me since I've had a C-section before, I think they said they'd let me go early. And kind of the same thing with the baby, like if I want to go after a day, I can. This is not my first rodeo. Yeah, and I'll have some family visit the baby. Probably within 2 or 3 hours of his birth. And that's my birth plan, y'all. That's my birth plan. Very excited. Very ready. Getting into it. Well, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment box. I am an open book. And I will holler at y'all next time. Maybe I'll be in labor. Doubtful. I think I'll make more videos before labor occurs, but it's coming.